This ABC15 flash briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.
I'm Javier Soto with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. A judge lifted an injunction on a territorial law Friday that would ban all abortions in Arizona except for medical emergencies, but there's still a lot of confusion about what's next. Arizona Attorney General Mark Brnovich weighed in with this statement saying, quote, "We applaud the court for upholding the will of the legislature and providing clarity and uniformity on this important issue. I have and will continue to protect the most vulnerable Arizonans." Secretary of State and Democratic candidate for governor Katie Hobbs also released a statement after a judge ruled the state can enforce a near total ban on abortions. Hobbs saying, quote, "I am outraged and devastated by today's decision by the Pima County Superior Court to allow a territorial ban on abortions to take effect. There's no doubt in my mind that this draconian 1901 law will have dire consequences on health and well-being of Arizona women and their families. We reached out but have not heard from her opponent, Carrie Lake, on that abortion ruling." And we got a statement from the governor's office saying, quote, "Governor Ducey was proud to sign the 15-week ban, which goes into effect tomorrow. Arizona remains one of the most pro-life states in the country." You can find the latest on abortion here in Arizona on ABC15.com. A group pushing to stop the expansion of the Arizona School Choice Program says it has gathered enough signatures to put that new law on pause temporarily. Governor Ducey signed a bill in July allowing all families to receive more than $6,500 to attend any schools, including private school, homeschooling, or another educational service. The organization Save Our Schools says it collected more than 141,000 signatures to temporarily pause the expansion, saying it's harmful to public education funding.
We are, excited today. We're standing proud. We are, really happy to have gotten the signatures, but we know that this is just the beginning of the battle.
COVID, parents really woke up, and parents are wide awake in Arizona now. I mean, if it goes to the ballot, SOS will have challenge number 2 from the parents.
According to the governor's office, a petition means parents can still apply for the ESA program, but distribution of those funds will be on hold for now. The verification process on those signatures could take up to a month. If it's all verified, this initiative could end up on your ballot in November. A civil rights icon and pastor is being recognized by the city of Phoenix. Dr. Warren H. Stewart Sr. now has an intersection named after him. The sign was unveiled at 12th Street and Jefferson in the historic Booker T. Washington East Lake neighborhood. And that street actually runs parallel to the oldest African-American Baptist church in Phoenix, First Institutional Baptist Church. It's also the church where Stewart has served as senior pastor for the past 45 years.
I hope by us seeing this sign and by my children and grandchildren, and when I have great-grandchildren and community people, that when they pass by and see Dr. Warren H. Stewart Sr. Way, that they'll remember not just me. I'm just the latest addition to the Booker T. Washington East Lake Park neighborhood.
Dr. Warren H. Stewart Sr. was an integral part in making Martin Luther King Jr. Day a holiday here in the state of Arizona. In our Impact Earth report, we've been telling you the country's largest reservoirs, Lake Mead and Lake Powell, are getting dangerously low because of the 2 decades-long drought. But now there's another issue: hydropower.
We need to come up considerably from where we're at right now.
Lake Mead is its lowest it's ever been by more than 100,000 feet. This is threatening water and power supplies nationwide because the Hoover Dam can't generate enough power.
If we lose a lot of hydropower, it'll be a problem. We need to upgrade now. But if you drive an EV, at least you can power on your own.
There's a chance the power can have a big drop in the next 3 years, and a chance the water levels could drop to cutoff levels by next year.
Tracking your forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Amber Sellens, and we'll be finally drying things out across the valley as we head into the weekend. Temperatures start out in the 80s tomorrow morning. By lunchtime, 97 degrees and 102 in the forecast around 4 p.m., putting us a little bit above average for this time of year. Some clouds in view tomorrow afternoon, too, because we'll have some storms to track up in the higher terrain to our northeast. You'll notice, though, it's going to be really spotty, not as much action even for the high country tomorrow as we begin this gradual drying trend that will actually dry out the forecast completely by Sunday across all of Arizona. With high pressure overhead, temperatures getting hotter too. 102 tomorrow, but up to 104 by the start of next week. Then we'll pump the brakes on that warming trend as we track another storm system headed our way. Cooler air and chances for storms returning to Arizona for the middle to end of next week for those final days of the monsoon season.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head to ABC15.com or download the free ABC15 mobile app.
This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.